So our plans have changed. We were on our way to a swimming event with our church, taking my granddaughter and my daughter. But the weather is not cooperating. So at the last minute, we decided as a group that we'll meet at a little after noon to go see Sheep Factory. The kids are disappointed because they were looking forward to swimming, but the pool has already gotten kids out of the water. We have to drive about 30 minutes to get there, and there's a weather system following behind. So we're going to reschedule that event. So my daughter and granddaughter are in there changing. We're going to run to the house so I can put on something different and enjoy the rest of the day. I'll be back with y'all. So we ended up taking the kids to go see the Sheep Detectives. And that was a really cute movie. We had a good time. My daughter and my granddaughter went with, well, we took my granddaughter and me and my daughter along with the church, and it was a good time. While in the movie, I told my daughter, I said, you know what, we need to make it our business to do things that are enjoyable all summer long because I really enjoyed myself. Right now, my son and his family are traveling out to Washington State. So we're watching him on Life 360. This evening, my husband is taking a ride down to Louisville, Kentucky. He will return this evening. So I'm doing a lot of watching online of movement. Everyone's doing well. Everyone's safe. I have prayed and covered them, but I know, it's not just my prayers. But I know my family is doing well. I just wanted to check in this evening just to bring up our change of plans. But also, I wanted to let y'all know the results, the results, the results, the results. This important work test that I took, I did accomplish it. I did pass it. I am now certified for the next 3 years. And I'm thankful. I know it's by the grace of God. I did study, but um, I have to admit, with the busyness of what's been going on at work and just in life, my studying was kind of cramming. But it was the grace of God. He led me to Quizlet. That was very helpful for me to just kind of do on-the-go testing. And then I just really took my time. The test was a 90-minute test, and I literally ended with like 12 minutes left. I thought for sure that I was going to have way more time left on the clock, but I didn't. But I also took my time. The test did offer, they had the handbook available. And it is very important for anyone who's taking that test to get real knowledgeable of where to find information in the handbook. That's one thing that I will agree with because the information's there. Some of it, though, is nuanced. The way they ask the questions, there are some answers that can be found by going to the handbook, and some that you just kind of have to know staffing or know, just my field. You have to understand it. You are seeing a tired face because it is the end of my day. We've done quite a bit, and at this point, I'm kind of in chill mode. Been sitting here watching movies. I have finished up the movie Apex on Netflix. That movie is over the top, but the ending it's a powerful ending. And then right now, I have on a series on Netflix called Nemesis. I've been trying to get through this series for a couple of weeks. I just get on it here and there. It's interesting. I think there are some people, if I'm not mistaken, my daughter said that she and her husband got through this within days, whereas me, I guess just what I do, and just my distractions, I guess. Probably because trying to study for the test, trying to get things done. I have not gotten through it, but I have it on now. So, I'm sitting here watching it because it does have a very interesting storyline. So I recommend that. Let me get this call, y'all. Okay, so right now I'm seasoning up dinner. And making corn on the cob, steamed broccoli, steak, and then we have some hamburgers. Well, today has been blessed. I want to give a praise report. I think I already mentioned that I passed my test, but I want to really acknowledge that I know that I passed my test because of prayer. Sometimes we get caught up. Like I told y'all, I said the Bible is, when I say hard, it takes the Spirit of God to understand. It takes God's Spirit to understand. Point blank. How do they say point blank period? Point blank period. God's Spirit will reveal to us the things that we don't understand. So I think what we need to know, like we look at David. I looked at David. David is an imperfect man with desires that don't coincide with what God would have him to do. Just like us. Just like us. We are imperfect, and we are not regularly or often doing what God would have us to do. We are not. So I look at David as a character, as a person, as a representative of God, as a king of God, as a judge of God. And he's a man, imperfect, but he regularly acknowledges and goes before God and say, God, I need you. The only person I've truly sinned against is you. I was listening to something where when he basically stole Bathsheba from her husband and sent her husband on the front lines to get killed. And in my mind, I said he sinned against Bathsheba. He sinned against her husband. And the prophet came to him and told him his deeds, because basically after he did it, he still didn't see that he did wrong and was still able to yet judge a parable that was provided to him by his prophet, counselor, and judge that wrongdoing when it was not in his eyes. So then once it became revealed to him, no, you did this. You had Bathsheba's husband set up to be killed, and now she's pregnant with your child. My whole point is, he eventually said that who did he dishonor? He sinned against God when he did it. When I first heard it, I said to myself, you sinned against her husband and Bathsheba. But ultimately, in sinning against them, he sinned against God. He did not do the will of God. Okay, now let me move on from him. That's us. Sometimes we try to take things in our own hand. We try to make people do what we want them to do because it seems right in our eyes to do that thing. And what I'm learning is that it's a lesson. I asked God for the lesson, and I believe he's revealing things that we have to be seeking God and trusting God and putting our desires down, especially on other people's lives. Sometimes we sit up there and try to have people do what we want them to do. What did God say for them to do? Well, we don't know, but we need to trust God with them. Amen. Amen. Today I was blessed. Our pastor, his first day at our church was today. He came and I invited a friend, and she brought her sister and her first cousin. I was so thankful. I was thankful for the service. I was thankful that my granddaughter was able to tell him, "You did a good sermon, Pastor McCoy." And he appreciated that. So anyway, thank y'all for hanging out with me Sunday. My husband is out there planting our garden. We're late, but we're not too late. Sunday dinner. It is, okay, let me tell y'all, when I sing in the choir, so today was a day that I sing in the choir. I typically sing in the choir first and third Sundays. Some Sundays it's a little more. It just kind of depends. So today is first Sunday. During the summer months, we are not wearing choir robes. We're more casual during the summer. And then sometimes based on my choir director schedule, sometimes we are we're just listening to playlists. You better listen to that playlist, and then we do come to the choir stand 30 minutes before service and practice, as opposed to coming to Thursday night choir practice. And generally when she has us do it like that, we are singing songs that we're pretty familiar with. So, yeah. Anyway, so that was today. And on those days, I have coffee in the morning, but I typically don't have anything other than coffee. So I kind of fast in the mornings on Sundays that I'm going to sing. So when we got out of church today, my granddaughter came to church with us, and also she came to our house. So we had some leftover fried fish and a couple of pieces of chicken I put in the air fryer for snacks. And then she likes her French toast sticks, so I heated those up. So she's had French toast sticks, oranges, and a couple of pieces of fish. I had a piece of fish, a little bit to drink, and just to hold me over till dinner. And now I'm making corn on the cob, steamed broccoli, fried steak, but we also have a few nice juicy burgers from last night. So that's dinner. So that's kind of a typical Sunday when I sing. Now when I don't sing, if I have time, I go ahead and maybe I'm willing to eat breakfast. I'll put it like this. Like during the summer, I think we're going to have more services where the men and women come together. And when I say that, it's not like we some real strict men only listen to teaching for men and women only for women. It's just a blessing for women to be able to let their hair down and be honest in their services or in their lessons, and the same with men. Now we're doing corporate learning right now for Sunday school, and even during the times that we generally have the men's class and the women's class, there is a class that anybody who wants to come for a more comprehensive type Bible study. So yeah, just so you understand. But I love it because generally it's talking about things that we are going through as women. Let me say this. Today on the way to church, I remember singing to myself that I feel like I'm moving into a season where when I go to church, it's not just for me to get something. It's for me to do as God has asked us to do, to come together on a regular basis for encouraging each other, and also for me to give my time, my effort, a good word to somebody, not just come to only receive. I'm going to receive now, don't get me wrong, but that's not my only purpose. It's just to go and get and not give. I'm really looking forward to an upcoming class that is going to be provided by our Christian ministry class, Christian education class, and that is called Learning What Your Spiritual Gifts Are. Steamed broccoli, we have corn on the cob. I've been thinking about making some homemade potato salad too. So that's what I'm going to do. I do have, y'all, it's not neat. It's not super neat, but I just want to show you these beautiful flowers that I picked up yesterday. I do want to fill them up. You know, I want to fill them up. So I think I'm going to get another bouquet of flowers to fill them up. But it gives me joy to see that. And I want to end this vlog now, or end this clip now. I think it will end the vlog. Thank you for hanging out today with me on this Sunday. Thank you for just listening to me ramble. Y'all be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next video.